Hello warriors, it's Sword Prepper here. What's really going on out there? What's really happening out there? Why is all the saber rattling happening? And no major follow-ups. I know some people have been talking about how they've been waiting for something to happen all this time and it's just not happening, and it's just taking too long and they're losing hope. If you're in that mindset, you're probably in the wrong state of mind. If you're one of those people that are in that mindset, you're probably in the wrong state of mind, but that's neither here or there. What's really going on out there? What are we witnessing happen? South Korea, North Korea, missile launching, setting off alarms in Japan, putting Japan in a state of panic. All the stuff happening. Same thing that happened with Taiwan and China. We're seeing the same thing repeat itself, just with two different countries. There's something more going on to this. There's something more going on with all of this. We're witnessing something greater than just them doing missile. What do you call those things? Missile drills, missile launches. We're witnessing something more than that. We're witnessing a telling of the way the world's going. Because if you watch this channel, or any channel like mine, you know that there's such a thing called the Great Reset. You know that that's a part of the agenda. You know that they're planning the Great Reset. The Great Reset 2030. You can go look up Great Reset 2030, the Economic Forum website. It's all over that. You can read all about it. I don't have to go into detail. If you want to know more about that, just go on their website and read about it. They'll tell you all about it. They tell you how their plans are to have humans existing in these cubicle homes. You won't own anything. You'll be happy about that. You won't be eating meat anymore. You'll be eating bugs and vegetables. You know, things that will only allow you to get so strong. Things that won't allow you to really be strong enough to defend yourself. Things that won't keep you at the height of your health, you know? Just all that good stuff. That's what they're all about. Bill Gates. Same thing as Hitler. Hitler was all about that. Not allowing you to eat certain things. All that good stuff. Either way, back to point. What are we witnessing? We are witnessing the collapse of this, our great society. That's what we're witnessing. Whether you want to call it the Great Reset, you want to call it the Revelation, Doomsday, the New Beginning, any of that stuff. We're witnessing the collapse of the great society that we once held. It's not coming back after this. Some of you disagree, some of you agree about COVID. I think that COVID was, well, so I don't get shadow banned, so I don't get banned on YouTube, I'll just say I don't think COVID was all that they plated it up to be. I think it was something much more, what's a good word? Much more rehearsed. Let's just go with that. That's what I think about COVID. And once they set that in motion, it was too big a deal. It was too big a thing for them to just let it lie. Has anyone ever made the connection? And I know you guys have, because you're quite smart. The people that watch this channel are some of the smartest people I've come in contact with, really. Has anyone noticed the connection between once COVID hit, once that stuff started going on, it never stopped. It never stopped happening. The toils and the mishaps and the wars and just the panic never really stopped. It's been going on ever since. Has anyone ever realized that or noticed that? That after the COVID thing happened, that's when everything just started crashing. The economy crashes. They print a bunch of money, and now the dollar isn't as valuable as it used to be. We're having fuel shortages, diesel shortages, food shortages. People aren't going to work. Walmart can't get enough employees, so they're closing a bunch of stores down. All that good stuff. Now we're on the brink of a nuclear war with the world. Has anyone ever noticed the connection between that? So my point with this, guys, is that this is not going to get any better. They have no plans. The people in control, because this whole thing is being controlled. if you don't, I know most of you realize that this game is being controlled by the people who control it, by the people who run the world. They've put far too much time, far too much effort, far too much resources into this whole thing. They've put far too much death, valuable elections, all that good stuff. They put far too much of that into this whole deal to let it just go crashing down, to let it just, lay down for a few more years. No, that's not happening. Take a look at your calendar. Take a look at the year. It's coming in to 2023. 2023 is 2 months away. That puts 2030 at around roughly 6-7 years away, roughly, however you want to look at it. Things have to fall into place before 2030 to get people to live in round houses where they're always being monitored and being happy. Certain things have to fall into place before that, and then there has to be enough time for people to start being comfortable with that sort of lifestyle. Certain things have to fall into place before you can just take Burger King, take all those nice eateries, those expensive eateries that sell you real grass-fed beef and all that good stuff. Something has to happen to wipe all that off the market, to wipe all that off the plate, and then move people into a society where they're eating bugs and they're happy about it. Something has to happen before 2030. Make that connection. Something has to happen before 2030 to make that happen, to get people to live that lifestyle and be happy. I propose that there could be some sort of event on the horizon. And I've said this before on this channel. This is nothing new. You guys know you warriors know my stance where this is concerned. I propose that there's probably going to be some event that happens, nuclear or not, that forces the world into a state of panic and that makes the common man, the common human, not really care about what you're eating, not really care about the flavor of the food, not really care about what it is. You just care that you're surviving. You care that the government cared enough about you to include you into their plan of saving, including you into their cities, their smart cities. You're just happy that you don't have to live on the outskirts anymore. You're happy that you're fed, watered, clothed. That's what humans will care about, just like in the old days. So the fact that you're not eating real beef, the fact that you're only eating bugs and vegetables, the fact that you don't get your prime cut, your Starbucks coffee, your McDonald's Happy Meal, the fact that you're not getting that's not going to matter anymore. You're not going to care about that. You're just going to care that you're fed, that you're happy. Well, that is if you're not one of us. That is if you're not one of the warriors. We will be left out because we won't live by their rules. We won't live by their rules. That is the reason why we will be the ones on the outskirts. That is why we will be the ones living in the Mad Max situation, for want of a better word. It won't be because the world is just destroyed and there's nowhere to go, there's no society anymore. That will never be the case, guys. There's never a place. First of all, the Bible doesn't attest to that. The Bible clearly says, Revelation, Isaiah, Matthew, all these places that talk about the end, clearly state that there will always be cities. There will always be a place for humans to dwell. There will always be these cities going on. There will never be a state when there's just no cities and you're just off, the world is just turned to wilderness. So that picture that Hollywood keeps trying to paint, of the end just being something where all the cities get destroyed and it's just terrible, it's not the case. That's not the way it's going to be. There will be cities, but they will be quite different than what we know. In order to live in these cities, you will have to abide by their rules. In order to abide by their rules, well, you all know how to follow rules. You just do what whoever tells you to do something, you just do what they say. That's how you follow a rule, you know? You don't go beyond what they say, you do what they say. So that's what I think is happening. I'd love to know what everyone else thinks. What do you think is happening? And I would love to hear more viewpoints on this matter, because I've heard a few of you guys have said your viewpoints, a few of you warriors have commented your viewpoints and told me whether by other means of communication, where you are where this is concerned. But I love to be able to share viewpoints and hear what everyone else is feeling and bounce off each other's ideas and try to come to a better understanding of what's going on, because I don't know everything. I sure don't. But from what I see and from what I've read and from what I see in the Bible, I have a pretty good guess of what's happening. And the things that I've said, and others, not just me but others, have said might happen within the next, with a few months ago we were talking about around this time, around fall and then winter. The things that we said would happen have pretty much all come to pass. Not 100%, but as far as being correct, we've pretty much been correct about the certain things that have been going on. We're about to go into another diesel shortage. This one is predicted to be worse than the last one we experienced, and Europe is talking about that thousands of people are probably going to die over the course of the winter because there's just not enough fuel to keep everybody warm. And looks like America might be experiencing a pretty dark winter as well. We all know that the clown in the White House has been talking about a dark winter. For some reason, he's been obsessed with a dark winter forever now. So it looks like we might be getting that dark winter he's been talking about this year, this winter. Alright, warriors, stay out of the heat. Love to hear what you guys think, and I'll see you on the line of battle.